What's up, guys? Dustin McDangles back here with another video, and this is the NHL Franchise Mode series with the Nebraska Bucks here in the 2028-2029 season. We are halfway through in the month of January, and we will look to get to the playoffs this year and at the end of this episode. But before we do get into the episode, guys, be sure to go ahead and check out the last one so you guys are all caught up and up to date on this series. I'll leave a card in the top right-hand corner so you guys can go ahead and check that out. But we've got a big episode here today, again, getting through the rest of the season, managing here and seeing about these contracts. We did send a few out at the end of the last episode here, one to Byfield and one to Sprong at considerably low prices, which is really nice because we're looking to build upon next year, not having to go through a rebuild, which we had to make a couple changes to the team here this year. But again, if you guys didn't check out the last video, be sure to do so you know how exactly we got to this point with the team we've got right now. So again, team's been playing very well. Goaltending has been on point. We do have an injury here, I believe. I'm trying to remember who is actually out of the lineup right now. Let's actually go ahead and take a look at the injury report here, guys, and make sure that we are up to date. Lautner is going to be out until February 26th, and then Janssen will be coming back here shortly at the end of January to play and get him back into the lineup, which will be extremely nice to get our second line winger. But the boys have been playing really well ever since all of these injuries happening. But let's take a look here at the draft class. Halfway through our scouts, again, they've gotten out and have found some gems here. Actually, I do want to see if we found any gems yet, which as of right now, we have one gem, which looks like could be a third-round player. Clint Harting. We'll just go with Clint. He is, 5 years out. We don't know too much about him, but we will know a little bit more at the end of the year and when we get closer to the draft. But we'll pin him to the watch list. Obviously, it's always good to get some gems in the draft. It seems to have been paying off here recently with a couple gems. But let's get back into the simulation here, guys. Get through the month of January. And then in February, we will be getting some players back from injury, which is always very, very nice. So Vari's been injured. He's going to be out until January 16th. So we're down more defensemen here, guys, and we don't have any other defensemen unless we were to call people up, except Rudder is back. I forgot Rudder is back, so we can get him back into the lineup. We'll keep him down there on that pair with Julian, and see if that works. We get a win there against the Coyotes, and Daniel Sprong signs his deal. I believe that was at 2.3 or even 2.2 million that we got him down on, which is really nice, as well as Byfield, and we'll take a look at those here at the end of January. We got a bunch of guys back from injury, it looks like, here for the AHL squad. So we'll just go best lines here for them, and then we'll swap some things around, make sure that we're getting the most out of our team. Let's get Forsback Carlson up on that top pair. We'll get Akers up on the other pair. We'll move that around, get some younger guys, some decent playing time. Ken Kuffner, no, we'll leave that. Lazar, he works better on that line. Andrechuk, can we work him in anywhere else? We cannot, so that's going to have to work for there. The defense is also looking pretty decent as well, but we continue on with the simulation trade offer here for a second-round pick. I don't want to give up a second-round pick unless this 410 guy is decent, but let's edit this trade here and take a look at what they are offering. Alexandre Fortin, he is 31 years old. We don't want to take that on and give up a second-round pick. That just really isn't worth our time, as we got some couple days off here for the boys as we get a game against the Blues, which we end up losing in a shootout, but we bounce back nicely against the Flyers and Canucks with a 9-2 and 2-1 win. Game against we've got the Blue Jackets here. They are struggling as well this year. We do come away with a win. Fourth round pick swaps here for, I believe that's Caden Quick for this Fix Wolanski. I don't really know. 78 overall, 29 years old. And then let's take a look here at Cade Quick, 23 years old, 71 overall. We're going to stick with our guy. He might have less potential, but just the better overall at a younger age is where we want to be. Getting into games here against Boston and the Winnipeg Jets. Suzuki's going to be out for a few days here, January 22nd, which sucks losing him out of the lineup, but no massive issue there. We can move Byfield up. Let's take a look here. Who is scratched right now? Ooh, Savari is the only one scratched. Hey, we might have to roll with him for a few games here at the center position. Roslovic, maybe move that around. Gee, this is not very good, as we're already down, and it said Suzuki will be back the 22nd, so we only have to go a few games with a defenseman at the forward position as we get a win there against the Red Wings. Suzuki's back. We'll let him heal up and get ready for the the Predators game. Let's take a look here at Christian Jurs, 34 years old, 77 overall, right defenseman, top 4. He's got 1 year left at a 2-way deal. We'll claim him, throw him down there in the AHL, and Janssen is back. Andreas Janssen is back, and this is actually perfect right before Nashville, so we can get some things worked around here. And I actually want to get in that one guy. Where is he? The Jors. We just got Jors in. See what he can do. What is he? He is an offensive defenseman, which is really nice. That gets the +3, because does he work on any other line? He gets the +3 on the top pair. And who doesn't work on this line? That is tough. Oh man, that really sucks. I wish we could get the +3 on the top pair, but we'll work with that. That's not too bad. What I'm really concerned about is getting our defense back to normal here, or getting our lines back to normal. So let's get Savari out of the lineup, get him back off of the forward slots. We'll throw Suzuki in. We'll get that around, Kuznetsov back down, and then we'll get Suzuki back on that second line, which we get all of our pluses back. Who is scratched right now? Lautner. I was like, who's the defenseman we're really missing right now? And that is Lautner. So we actually can move some things around here. We'll get Patan out of the lineup, which I kind of want to see how he's been doing. Not too terrible, but we do want to get one of our best players back in the lineup with Janssen. Great second line player. We'll swap him around with Sprong, and that's our first and second lines are back to normal. Third line back to normal. Does this work even better? Maybe. No, it does not. Does Kraus work any better on any of these lines? He does not. So we've got everything back to normal, which is great. So we're really going to make a push here for the playoffs and before the trade deadline. And Vaseline, and he's going to be injured for a few days. And, you know, we just make those changes, and now we have to switch it up, which, again, sucks. But at least we keep the +3 on that top pair. We'll get Patan back in the lineup, give him some more playing time, and if we move Sprong up to that second line, it still gets the +3, which is nice. We got to work some things around with the power play, which always losing a player off the power play does suck, but let's get Jackson Tavares in there. He gets the +3. 4-man power play, we'll throw Tavares in there as well. He gets nothing, no bonuses there. Got to work out the extras, 3-on-3, and why is Tippett down there? We'll swap this around. And then we'll get, where's our boy Volchenkov? We'll get him in there, swap that around. Oh, wait, no, we can't really swap that around. Oh, wait, no, we can't swap that around because it's just not going to work. So we'll go that and that, so that'll work. Okay, perfect. So we've got that going. Game there against the Preds. We get the 5-2 win. Game against the Blackhawks, and Vasileinen's back. We get a 4-1 win against the Blackhawks, and then a 5-3 win against, or 5-4 win against the Penguins, excuse me there. So again, things going pretty well. Vasilinen is also back. Scheifele, 68 points in 49 games played. That's actually kind of crazy. We lead the division by 11 points over the Blackhawks. Predators down with 43 points. They're actually doing decently, so I mean, they're still at the bottom of our division. They're just not going to be one of the worst teams in the league. So it'll be interesting to see what we get, because we did get their first-round pick in this upcoming year's draft. Let's go ahead and get Vasilinen back in the lineup. He is going to be back to full health, so we'll throw that around. We'll get Sprong back down there. Patan actually works on the first line, which is pretty cool to see, but we want our boy Vasilinen in there. He is still technically listed as injured, but with some breaks here, we should be able to get him back to good health. I want to see where the trade deadline actually is, because I do want to possibly make some trades for stacking up on the draft this upcoming year, and it's at the end of the month, so we'll simulate all the way up to the 27th of February, right before that trade deadline. Vasilinen's loss, so we still get 1 point. Shootout loss to the Caps, another 1 point game there. Willian's out for the AHL. Julian is going to be out until March 9th, which kind of does suck. I feel like he's been playing pretty well there on that bottom pair defensively. But you know, that's why we've got subs. We've got plenty of guys we can slot into the lineup here, and Savari will get him in. Honestly, our role players, we've been playing very well this year. We got a trade offer here. Foodie, former Windsor Spitfire. I'm going to take a look and see what his potential is, and that's a second-round pick as well. Kind of out of the ordinary. Jean-Luc Foodie, not the best of players. Two-way contract. 26 years old, though. Top 9 forward potential. Does he fit any of our lines? Penalty killing line 2, he doesn't fit. As well as they want this Leighton kid who's 63 overall. And he's doing pretty decent there down in the minors. So we'll exit out of that. Don't want to give up that second round pick to them. Big game against the Leafs. And we end up bouncing back for a 4-1 win. They're trying to push Foodie on us, and we do not want that trade. Big win there against some California teams with the Sharks and Ducks. Braden Clapperton. That's actually a sick name. Just for that name, we might have to pick him up off of waivers. Braden Clapperton, 23 years old, right defenseman, 79 overall as well. That's actually really nice, and he's got a two-way deal. Let's claim him off waivers. That's actually a massive win right there. 23 years old and getting somebody off of waivers, that's actually sick. Let's go to edit lines now and actually get him in to the lineup for the AHL. Where is it here? We can take Subin out of the lineup. Willian is there, but I want to get this Clapperton in. And he gets the +1. What is he? He's a defensive defenseman as well. So we've got a lot of those in the squad, which is nice. And we've got plenty of players now at the AHL level, which is nice. Duya, we don't get any pluses on that top line, which kind of sucks. But I mean, it's just gonna have to roll with it. And then let's go ahead back to the NHL. I want to check out our power play. I want to make sure Vasilinen is out there. And all of these players, Volchenkov doesn't really work on that top pair. Who would we prefer to take out? We could take Sprong out and throw in Vasilinen. I would rather have that on the top pair, get the sniper out there, and he gets the +3. So we'll work with that. I'm happy with these power play lines. Again, that top pair is actually kind of sick. Can we maybe even work that around? No, it does not. Okay, so we'll get back into the sim here. Got a 4-3 shootout win there against the what are their names? Senators, and a 5-1 win there against the Oilers. So we're playing pretty well, and it looks like also the Predators are still struggling. 7-2 win there against. We've got an opportunity here to pick up a defenseman, Ben Hutton. He is 35 years old. We'll actually let him walk. We'll decline to pick him up off of waivers as we get into the trade deadline here, and with 2 wins before the deadline, which is really nice. So let's take a look at our squad here and see if we do need to make any trades. So getting into it here, guys, trade deadline coming up here on us shortly. But again, the Preds are still at the bottom of the division. They aren't going to be the worst team in the league. 53 points is actually going to be fourth worst right now, or fifth worst. So we have a shot at a lottery pick as of right now, which is great. But we'll sim up here to the trade deadline. Kings actually fire their coach, which is interesting. Cade Quick is injured, which kind of sucks for him. But we'll go conservative buyer here at the deadline. We'll enter the trade deadline, see who's up. Again, we're not really going to be able to make any moves here for any players, since our cap is just not where it wants to be or where it should be. And again, can't really make any moves for any of these players. Joe Veleno up there. But if anything, I want to try and get some picks, upgrade our picks this draft, and see what we can do there. Let's take a look at what picks we do have. We've got the 2 firsts. Again, that Nashville pick is really high up. We've got 2 thirds, which we can try. We've got a trade offer here. Roslovic. That is interesting because he's got 3 years left at $2 million. Let's edit this trade. Let's see if these guys are any good. This Josephson, per Josephson, that's not what you want to see. And no, that trade is just not going to work. I like Roslovic there at 3 years. But let's get back to the trades here. I want to try and maybe upgrade our 2 thirds. Maybe get our 2 thirds to a first. And let's see if, and again, if anything, we can throw in an extra 5th round pick. So let's just look for a seller. Golden Knights are selling. Canucks are selling. Let's see what the Canucks for 2nd round pick is. Kind of pricey. And I don't know if we're going to have enough to actually get that. Let's see. Do we have any rookie skaters that maybe just we know won't actually crack the squad? This Bermgarter, 20 years old, he's only 56 overall. We'll get that in there. Maybe upgrade this to a 2nd round pick. And Roslovic again. Messing up our trades. So we got to be quick here with it. So we've got 3rd. And then we've got the other 3rd. I wish you could do like multi-selects. You know, that would actually make this a little bit quicker to use. So rookie skaters down to Bermgarter, and then who did we had the Canucks. So let's see, and we know that their 2nd round pick is a little bit higher. So let's go for the Blues here. Draft pick. They got 2 2nd round picks, so maybe go for Pittsburgh's. That might be worth being able to snipe here. Pick is accepted. Ooh, that trade is accepted. So now we've got 2 2nd round picks that maybe we can try and get like a low first or a high 1st round pick, which I'm trying to see here. Who would be a decent team? Maybe the Stars would be willing to trade. Man, that Penguins 2nd round pick is very high as well. So let's get those. Oh, we got a trade offer. Roslovic, another trade offer for kind of junk, and a 2nd round pick isn't junk, but don't really want that. So let's go ahead again here. Let's go back to our picks. A lot of guys going after Roslovic. I don't know if he's even listed on the trade block, but let's get our 2 2nd round picks here. Conservative seller, conservative buyer. Let's go with Stars 31. Who would be like on the brink of like not making it? I think maybe the Edmonton Oilers. Oh yeah, the Edmonton Oilers. We could maybe try and steal their 1st round pick this year. Oh man, it's gonna take a lot to get that to swing our way. Let's maybe throw in a 2nd round next year. So 3 2nd round picks for this year's 1st round pick. That is not going to go through. Let's try and switch this. Do we have any rookie goalies? No. Wait, rookie goalies actually. This Ekholm kid. I do want to try and keep him around and see what he can eventually do. But when you think about it, we have already got Tucker Tennant at 26, so the odds of him actually panning out would be kind of low, and we can most likely get a snipe of goalies again. So let's actually throw him in, take a second-round pick off. So we got this year's 2 second rounds and our goalie for a first-round pick from the Edmonton Oilers, and that's rejected. So let's go ahead. Let's throw in some more. Let's throw in some more picks here. Throw in a 5th. We've got an extra 5th this year. See if that gets it. Oh, that trade's accepted. That's actually huge. Okay, so we've got 3 first-round picks. We're wheeling and dealing here to build for the future. So we've got 3 first-round picks as of right now. Let's take a look at their values. Ottawa's is pretty high, which is kind of crazy. And I'm trying to see here who is really struggling. The Kings are most likely going to get the first pick. Who else is really struggling? The Golden Knights are actually really struggling. Who else is struggling? 29, 28, 25. We already got Nashville. So, oh man, if we could maybe trade up to get the Kings pick. Let's give them... Oh man, I don't know. Let's maybe Ottawa's for their first round pick this year. Trade is out of the scales right there. So let's go rookie skaters. Again, this is why we stack up on those gems in the draft. And the Zayon guy, oh man, I wouldn't want to give him up. That would kind of suck. Is there anybody else we could maybe give up? The Rantanen kid I want to maybe keep around. We're going to have to give up picks. It is going to have to be picks. Let's throw in, I think the second round, or let's maybe third. That gets it closer. Let's see if that goes through. Trade's rejected. So let's swap this third with our second next year and see if that goes through. Ottawa's first and a second for LA's first this year. Trade is rejected. Man, they're going to try and hold on to this as best they can. Man, this would be huge if we could snipe this. We got a 6th. Let's throw in a 6th round. And then let's throw one of our prospects. Again, I don't want to throw a prospect in there, but you know, sometimes you got to do what you got to do. The Clarkson guy, we might... Yeah, let's throw the Clarkson kid in there just to see if we could tip this scale, and that trade's rejected. So we're most likely only going to be able to get Ottawa's and not trade up. And, you know, the first round pick is never guaranteed either. It's never guaranteed. Let's actually take a look. Those are actually 2 decent deals for both of these guys. Let's actually look at them each. St. Pierre, Marcel St. Pierre, 67 overall. And then we got Jay Rodriguez, 66 overall. So not going to bite on that. We're going to keep Roslovic around. And none of the big boys have gone, which is interesting. So we're actually going to exit the trade deadline here. We've got 3 first-round picks for this upcoming drafts, and 2 of those could possibly be lottery picks. So we're really banking on trying to snipe a big draft here. But let's go ahead and hop back in the simulation. As we take a look here at the big picks, a first-round pick to Boston for Logan Brown and Keelanton to Anaheim. Ellington, Velarde went to Washington, so St. Louis gets a first-rounder out of that. Cirelli to New Jersey for a first-rounder, and that Walker, which is a big-time trade. So first... What? What? Has Jamie Drysdale not panned out in this simulation? We might need to snag him up. 78 overall. Offensive defenseman. He was a 21st overall pick. We're claiming him. Jamie Drysdale, welcome to the squad. That is a massive, massive pickup. Are you kidding me? We could maybe turn him into something too. Let's go to the AHL. Make sure our starting lineups are good. Who is not in? Wow, Drysdale. This is actually crazy. He hasn't had a great year, though. Not playing a lot of ice time either. Let's take a look here at his stats. Has he even played any NHL time? He's played not a lot in the NHL. He's been really back and forth ever since being drafted by Minnesota. He had pretty much one decent good year, but his plus-minus is just absolutely garbage. Maybe coming to us, 26 years old, offensive defenseman, could be a huge turnaround for him. And again, we're gonna give him that playing time as well. Get him in the lineup. Jewers, already an offensive defenseman. Clapperton, a defensive defenseman. This Racian kid, two-way defender. Graps, 25, he's defensive defenseman. So if anybody, we can move Angle out. And let's throw in Jamie Drysdale. That's actually a crazy pickup. Really happy about that. He gets the +3 there. But let's actually see if we can maybe move him up. We can't, so we can move him up to the second line is the best we could do. Although, I like him on that top pair to get the +1, and Jewers gets the +5 with Clapperton. That's actually a sick little lineup there for the AHL. Let's actually, I want to see, we haven't taken a look at our AHL squad and how they are doing. They were really bad at the start of the year, but they fought their way back, trying to make a run for the playoffs. 76 points, obviously not going to get them at the top of the table, but really pushing to make the playoffs, which is good. And Drysdale is going to be a huge part of that. So we are doing good. Honestly, that was a great little segment. We've got 3 first-round picks. Wait, where is Ottawa? Ottawa is... no, they're going to make the playoffs, so they're... Yeah, I'm surprised that their pick is valued that high. So most likely they'll make the playoffs unless the Sabres or Bruins get in there. But we've got 3 first-round picks. That's good stuff, as we've got a game here actually against the team who's most likely going to get that top pick getting into the month of March here. So we'll simulate through. And at this point, it's about continuing on, pushing on, getting some good hockey playing after the trade deadline as we get a nice game there, or a nice win against the Kings. Cade Quick is back to get in the lineup. Big game here against the Avs, which we win. Back-to-back big games there against the Hurricanes as well. Julian is back. We're going to let him heal up a little bit further, as Graps is going to be injured. Will head coach replace player. 50th win of the season against the Montreal Canadiens. And now goaltender is back. Again, I want to make sure that our AHL lines are at what they should be. Jamie Drysdale, man, that is awesome stuff to get him back, or get him with the squad, as he already has 6 points, guys. 6 points in 5 games, or 7 points in 5 games. Like that claim off of waivers might be what he was looking for to turn his career around. And I mean, heck, we'll take him. A first overall pick, we'll take him all day. As we're gonna get Bendar back in. How's he been playing? He's been playing pretty well. Let's take a look at Hunter Jones. He's also played well. So we'll let Jones be the starter for a little bit. But back to the NHL game there against the New Jersey Devils, which we end up winning 5-1. Lost to the Tampa Bay Lightning, which is tough. Game against the Coyotes, we get a 4-1 win. Game against the Blues, we get a 7-4 win. So the boys are absolutely buzzing right now. And I do want to stop the sim here. 8-0 win against the Flyers. I want to get our boy, I believe it's Rudder, back in the lineup. We need to get Rudder back in. Let's see here. Who do we need to move? Man, Owen Tippett is up to an 89 overall. Volchenkov, 90. Sprong up to an 85, and we just got him on an absolute snipe of a deal, as well as Byfield up to an 87. So things going very well. Who is back? It's not Rudder. Who do we get back in the lineup? Oh, it's Julian. Lautner. Is he back? Is he back to full health? Please tell me Lautner. Lautner's back, boys. Our top defenseman is back. That is awesome. Oh, man, I am really happy about that. We'll get Julian back in the lineup, so we get our normal defensive pairs back to what they were. And Lautner, man, back to good health. I'm really happy we're getting him back before the playoffs. So team basically back to full strength. Scheifele, 94 points in 71 games played. Absolutely crazy. Got 113 points. We are 13 points clear of the Leafs when it comes to the President's Trophy right now. We'll take a look at the stats at the end of the year. I don't want to take a look now and jinx it. We're halfway through the month of March. We can get through this month and then have a few games in April to actually play. 5-0 win there against the Canucks. 4-1 win there. Drysdale's going to be out for a little while. Sore knee. April 5th, which kind of sucks, but 4-1 win there against the ooh, that's not good. Carter Hart, he's out till April 2nd. That's not good. I mean, he's not out for a while, but that's not good at all. Oh, man. Crazy. Goaltenders. Who are we calling up? Bendar's been playing great. He's on a one-way deal, though, so let's call up Hunter Jones. Calling Hunter Jones up to the squad. Let's edit the lines now. We're going to have to figure out the goaltenders. Last time we called Hunter Jones up, he played pretty well. But Tucker Tynan, he's going to be our starting goalie for now until we get our boy Carter Hart back, and Franzen's actually up to a 70, and he has some pretty decent stats. So let's actually roll with him between the pipes for the AHL squad as Tucker Tynan gets 2 wins back-to-back, 8-2 and 4-2 there against the Bruins and Jets. Game here against roster moves again. So we're gonna now have to send what's his face back down, which is kind of funny. We just brought him back up, but now we can send him back down. Hunter Jones, see you later, and then we'll go back to roster moves, edit lines, and honestly, let's keep Tucker as the starter until Carter Hart is back to full health. Get that in there, and we'll swap this back. Don't have to worry about the AHL. I think we'll roll with that one kid right now. 2 big wins there. We're 60, 12, and 5. That's actually crazy, guys. The boys are absolutely buzzing. Suzuki now leading in points, 104. Honestly, the Blackhawks having a hell of a season, too. A 90, wait, where were they? 102 points. Preds have 68. The Kings are just absolutely garbage. They're dumpster fire this year. 68 is going to be possible lottery pick. Senators are going to most likely get into the playoffs, which does kind of suck. I was really hoping. Actually, they might not get in. Wild card might be out of reach for them, so that might be huge. But again, don't want to simulate any further with or looking at stats or anything like that. We would just want to finish the sim. We've got 5 games left. We got to make sure no injuries. Jamie Drysdale is back. We'll edit the lines. I want to get him in the lineup for the AHL squad. I don't want him losing out on any playing time. I want him to develop. I want him to get back to that first round pick stock that he was. And in real life, he's highly touted as well. 4-3 overtime loss there. Oh, Rudder's been injured. April 13th. So he's not going to be out for too long. That's just so frustrating. I hate when we have injuries here at the end of the year. Haisha, who's the better fit? Savari. Let's get him in there. He does get the +1 with Julian. Game against the Blackhawks, 6-1 loss. 4-3 win there against Pittsburgh. We got the Knights and the Islanders to close out the year. 7-2 win. Rudder's back, and we finish off with a 2-1 win in the regular season, guys. Let's now take a look at standings and stats, and we'll close out this video. Nick Suzuki, he only played 80 games, but he had 109 points. Absolutely bonkers. The Predators finished with 76. So they're probably gonna be a lottery pick. Senators missed the playoffs. So again, that's another chance at a possible lottery pick, guys. So that's 2 chances, I should say, at a lottery pick out of our 3 first-round picks, which is awesome. And we won. I mean, we ran away with the President's Trophy. Like, it's not even close. 132 points. That's our 3rd President's Trophy in the last 3 seasons. Suzuki, out of his mind, crazy good. 109 points. We had 3 players with 100 points. Tippett almost made it 4. He finished with 99. I'd be so mad if I was him. But man, Suzuki, 109 points. Vasalainen, 91 and 80 games played, not terrible. Janssen, 63 and 55. Like, he didn't play a lot, but he absolutely came up clutch with a solid year. Let's take a look now at goalies. Carter Hart, look at that guy. 75 games played, 55, 12, and 4 with a 9.13 and a 2.50. If he doesn't win the Vezina, I would be absolutely shocked. Let's take a look at the league standings. We'll see goalies first. And Carter Hart leading the way by a mile. If he doesn't win it, I will be absolutely shocked. It would be a travesty if he didn't win the Vezina. Take a look at defensemen in the entire league. Cale Makar, 80 points. Do we even have anybody? Rasmus Sandin up there for us, 58 points, which is nice. Tony D'Angelo, funny, once upon a time, was with us. Let's look at points. Right wingers, Kucherov just beat out Volchenkov. Left wingers, Vasilinen beat out there by Stamkos. Oh, I was like, wait, who is this? Devin Stamkos? I thought it was Steven Stamkos. I was like, he's a center. And then Connor McDavid, 113 points. Suzuki and Scheifele just so close to that top point getter, but Drysdale and McDavid having solid years as they're coming to the end of their career. Suzuki 29, Scheifele 36. Most likely not going to win any Hart trophies or anything like that. Although Scheifele was close to the Maurice Richard. No, he wasn't. I was like, wait a minute. Somebody's got to be up there. Austin Matthews there with 66 goals. Absolutely crazy stuff there. But, man, solid season from the NHL squad. Let's take a look at the AHL squad. And they came back and won the division. That's huge. That's huge stuff for the playoffs. Wolfpack, 128 points. That's crazy. 123. So we were actually the worst division in the league, but came back to win it. That is awesome stuff. I'm really proud of the AHL squad. And let's take a look at our boy Drysdale. How did he end up finishing up after bringing him in, claiming him off waivers? Absolute awesome move, I thought, by us. As soon as I saw him, I said, hey, we got to bring him in, as well as Clapperton. Let's actually take a look at Clapperton and Drysdale. I mean, he didn't... Oh, I was like, wait, he's got no points? What's going on here? But he's got 13 points in 24 games played. He is a +6, which is really nice, but I'm really more intrigued about Jamie Drysdale. He's already up 79 overall. And let's take a look at his stats with us. And with Minnesota, he had 5 points. But with bouncing back with us, giving him a shot again this season, he's got 10 points in 15 games with us. He had 17 in 22 with the Iowa, I don't even know what they are. But that is awesome. That's a great bounce back. +4. And his time on the ice, actually, let's take a look. Time on the ice, 13 minutes. Wait, can we see like individual seasons time on ice? Let's take a look. Total time on the ice, we're giving him more. 22 minutes a game, and obviously with that, he's growing. So that is great stuff. Really happy with the way that transaction turned out. Plus, we've got 3 first-round picks. So the Nebraska Bucks, we thought we were going to have a rebuild, but the boys are absolutely buzzing as the NHL regular season comes to an end, as well as AHL. And we've got the Minnesota Wild to start off the playoffs. That's going to be a tough matchup. The last 2 years, we've ran into them in the playoffs, and it's been really tough going the distance in those series. But let's take a look at the playoff standings, or playoff tree. We've got the Hawks and Avalanche. We've got us and the Wild, Sharks and Flames, Ducks and Jets. Over in the East, we've got the Rangers, Hurricanes, Flyers, Capitals, Battle of Florida. I think that's the 4th straight year that has happened between Tampa Bay and Florida. And then we've got the Leafs and New Jersey Devils. So that's going to be your playoffs, guys. It's going to be a really exciting one. Really hope we can find a way to win this thing. I mean, the team has played absolutely insane. But before we do end this episode, I do want to take a look at our contracts. And I want to see an update on the guys. I want to see an update here on Vasilinen. He originally was asking for $11 million. What is he asking for now? Still 11, which is nice. We might be able to get that down to like 10.8. Scheifele, is he going to bump up? He is now asking for 9.3, which we might be able to get that down. As Janssen as well, he wants $7 million. He wants a bridge deal, it looks like. We might be able to get that down to like 7.3, and then that's going to... man, it's going to be tough to sign all these guys. Is Richie, we're probably going to have to let him walk, him asking $5 million. I don't know if we're going to be able to afford that. Kraus wants $2 million at a depth position player. Actually, I want to see how Kuznetsov's been doing this year. Wait, let's look at full stats this year for a 4th line player. 49. He basically put up 50 points in a season with us on the 4th line. That's insane. That's awesome stuff. Really happy with that. Patan, he's going to want a contract extension. He wants a one-way deal. Savari's doesn't want to re-sign with us, and he wants a one-year deal, so we can let him walk. That'll be okay. Let's take a look at goalies. Want to make sure that we're set on goalies. Tucker Tynan, he's up for negotiation, and he wants a really nice deal for a backup goalie. Man, we can't go any further. 2 years at that. I mean, that's not terrible. Plus, he wants to re-sign. Ooh, we can dumb that down even a little bit for 2 years. We'll offer that. We'll see what he says in the next episode. But, man, awesome episode here today. Really happy with the way things turned out. Great moves, great waiver signings, great trades for draft picks. And now we get into the best time of the year, playoffs, baby. So we're going to get into the playoffs in the next episode, which will be next week. But if you guys did enjoy this episode, be sure to drop a like. I hope you guys have a good one. And as always, stay dusty.